Good morning students and welcome to our YouTube channel Eng.Med Modern School. So in the very first video we have just started the new chapter, that was chapter number 1, plants and animals. In that we have seen some of the characteristic features of plants and animals. Let us just revise this all. So here the first was all the plants and animals breathe, means plants and animals breathe or respirate. Okay, then after they grow in size, then after they feel and respond to a stimulus, they need food, they move, they produce young ones of their own kind, and they die. So this we have seen, and also sees difference, that is difference between plants and animals. In that we have just seen the two difference, but in this video we will start again with the difference only from the first point. So here difference between plants and animals. So here plants okay, and here animals. So the very first point was almost all plants breathe through their tiny holes called stomata. So the first point, that is almost all plants breathe through tiny holes called stomata. Found in leaves. So in this point we can know that how the plants breathe. So we can say that plants breathe through the tiny holes which are there in their leaves. Okay, so the tiny holes is known as the stomata. So in the fill in the blanks, true or false or MCQ, it can be asked that the plants breathe through tiny holes called dash. So we have to write the answer, that is stomata. So here in the first point in the animals, that is different animals breathe through different parts of the body such as nose, lungs, gills, air holes or skin. Okay, so here in the animals, how the animals breathe. So here it is written different animals breathe through different parts of the body such as nose, lungs, gills, air holes or skin that we have seen in the previous video. Now moving further to the next point, that is second point. So that is most plants prepare their own food so here how they get food, okay, how the plants get food. So we can say that most plants prepare their own food, okay. Then after in the animals, how the animals get food. So here it is written, animals cannot prepare their own food, they feed on plants and other animals. Plants or eat other animals. Okay. So here plants can prepare their food by their own, by the photosynthesis process, which we will see further. But animals cannot prepare their food by their own. What they eat plants or eat other animals to their food. Okay. Then after third point, that is third point, plants are fixed to the ground but some parts of a plant show movement. Okay, some parts of the plant show movement. Here, the plants are at one place only. They can't move from one place to the another place. So they are fixed. So it is written, plants are fixed to the ground, but some parts of the plant show movement. Okay. Now in the animals can move, yes, from one place to the another place. Third point, animals move from place to place in search of food and shelter. Okay. So here plants cannot move from one place to the another place, but animals move from place to place for what? For search of food and shelter. Okay. Then after fourth point, plants do not have do not have sense organ but they feel and respond to certain stimuli. Okay, so plants do not have any sense organs. If we talk about the sense organs, there are how many sense organs in our body? I can say eyes, nose, mouth, ears, skin. This all are the sense organs. Okay, students. Here, in that the plants do not have any sense organ, then also they respond to some of the stimuli. Okay. Now, in animals, animals have sense organs that help them see, hear, taste, feel and smell. Okay, they respond very quickly to stimuli. Okay, they respond very quickly to the stimuli. See here, now let us see these 4 points. Okay, so the first point here, it is what? Plants. Almost all plants breathe through tiny holes called stomata. Here, I am just underlining some of the main points of it. Okay, so here I can say plants breathe and stomata. Okay, so plants breathe through tiny holes. Okay, these tiny holes, and these tiny holes are known as the stomata. In that way, here different animals breathe through different parts, okay, such as which nose, lungs, gills, air holes and skin. Animals breathe through different parts such as lungs, nose, gills, air holes or skin. Then after, how they prepare food, how the plants prepare food and how the animals prepare food. Okay, so here plants prepare their own food, means they do not have to go to the another place for the food. They prepare their own food by their own, by the photosynthesis process that we will see further. Then after, animals cannot prepare. Here, animals cannot prepare their own food. They feed on plants or eat other animals. Okay. Then after, plants are fixed to the ground, but some parts of the plant show movement, like branches, stem, and that all just move, but due to the wind. So here it will be plants are fixed, means they are fixed to the ground, but some parts shows movements, some parts of the plant shows movement. Then after, animals move from one place to the place in search of food, means animals move from place to place in search of food and shelter. Okay. Then after, plants do not have any sense organ, but they feel and respond to a certain stimuli. Means we all know that in the human body there are different sense organs like eyes, ears, nose, mouth. Okay, so there are different kinds of the sense organs, but the plants do not have any sense organ. Okay, so here I can say plants do not have any sense organ, but they feel and respond to stimuli. Means some of the movement is done by the and something is filled by the plants. Then after talking about the animals, so animals have sense organs. Okay, so here and have sense organs that helps them to see, hear, taste, feel, smell, and they respond. They respond very quick to a stimuli. Okay, they respond very quick to the stimuli. So these are the 4 points, and now the another fifth and the sixth point. Let us see that. But before that, if you want to note this, then you can note. Okay, students, moving further. Now, fifth and sixth point, let us see that. So, the fifth point, that is, most parts most plants reproduce through seeds, other can grow into new plants from cutting, grafting, layering of the stem, or from the roots of the parent plant. The parent plant. Then after here in the animals, that is animals reproduce by laying eggs or by giving birth to young ones. Okay. Then after sixth point, that is plants and trees keep growing all through their living. They grow new branches and new leaves. Okay, and here in the animals, sixth point, that is animals stop growing after a certain stage. Okay, animals stop growing after a certain stage. So here let us see these 2 points. First, most plants reproduce. Here most plants reproduce through what? Seeds, and other grow into new plants from cutting, grafting, layering of the stem or from the roots of parent plant. Okay, so in this way the plants are reproduced. How the plants are reproduced? Plants reproduce through seeds. Other can grow into a new plant from cutting, grafting, layering of the stem or from the roots of the parent plant. Here animals reproduce by here. How the animals reproduce? So the animals reproduce by laying eggs or by giving a birth to the young ones. Okay, so animals can be reproduced by laying eggs or by giving the birth to the young ones. And how the plants and trees here, plants and trees keep growing all through their leaves. They grow new branches and new leaves. But here animals stop growing after a certain stage. Okay, animals stop growing after a certain stage. Okay, students, so these are some of the difference between plants and animals. Okay, see here. Now let us revise all the points from 1 to the 6. So the first point was how they breathe. See, they breathe through, the plants breathe through the tiny holes in the leaves, which is called the stomata. Okay, and animals have Animals breathe through how? Air holes, lungs, nose, and that all. So they breathe through. And the second point was how they prepare food. How they prepare food. So the plants prepare their food by their own. Animals prepare their food. Sorry, animals cannot prepare their food by their own, and they are depend on the another plants and or eat other animals. And the third point, that was plants are fixed at one place. They can't move from one place to the another place, but the animals has to move place to place in search of food and shelter. The fourth point was plants do not have sense organs. So, and then also they respond to some of the stimuli. Okay, plants do not have any sense organs, but they also just respond some of the stimuli. But in the animals, animals have special sense organs. Okay, to feel, to hear, to taste, and that all, and they respond quickly to any of the stimuli. And the fifth point, that was how the plants are reproduced. So the plants reproduce through seeds, and other can grow to new plants from cutting, grafting, layering of the stem, or the roots of from the roots of the parent plants. In animals, animals reproduce through by laying eggs or by giving a birth to the young ones. And here plants growing all through their leaves. Okay, they grow new branches and new leaves, but the animals stop growing after a certain stage. Okay, students, we keep up to here. So in your homework, what you have to do, that is, in your homework, that is, difference between plants and animals. Okay, write difference between plants and animals 110. Okay, difference between plants and animals, and we will meet in the next video. Okay, bye students.